see also a Xin Zhao, which may as well make it partially invulnerable. I feel like the ult usage this game is going to be so good for Vladi in mid lane, while Caps is obviously going to be on more of a...
So ends up pushing that wave very, very effectively.
I mean, Canna already, it just reminds me of him going up against Broken Blade in the finals as well. Quick reminder,
SkewMond.
as SkewMond's coming in, we're going to hold that point for a little bit later. Targamas has nowhere to go. Dredge line, it is so easy. First blood to G2.
They're just trying to use that pressure to trap bot side, but still have to be a little careful, as Vladi is on the way.
It is a pincer. Vladi will have his own ult as well. Tango Barb, stretch line, starts into a fight. There's the knockup, shielded around, flashed away from it. Targamas will not escape. Vladi jumps into this, but into melee range, that's danger! Caps will fly down, Vladi will stay in place, and buried underneath the weight of G2. Caliste gets poked out, and G2 are thinking about it, but they've already picked up all the gold while top lane has fired it out. Nothing. Early game is looking good. Don't worry, I've called them goobs before. Oops. Yeah,
like a
void goobs. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, Labrov, he's getting out of there instead. Cease and desist used. Hanzama pushed to the side. Great damage onto Labrov. First kill coming up to KC, but under turret. Yike, he's dead. Hanzama takes care of business while flashboard. Caliste gets the damage and gets out. Somehow 2 kills. Over to the French ADC.
That looked subjective. Labrov has actually gone for a little bit of a sneaky reset alongside Hanzama, so trying to see if they can get into the spot side. Should be able to get some turret plates for himself.
Trying to poke down Canna, but the minion wave is quite thin, so Hanzama stays, and KC's walking in. SkewMond waiting though for Targamas. Top Blossom going to come up. Dredge line pulls him back in. Can SkewMond do it alone with the depth charge? I don't think so. It's a cease and desist from Yike. The old G2 jungler keeps him in place, but Caps plays the defensive, puts him in a bounce house, and then puts him in his place.
Nice pick off from G2.
Intelligently done. Herald up in 1 second. And as you said, getting vision towards this is going to be really important. SkewMond going to be first on the board. Yike, he's charging up, but look at Broken Blade. He knows his jungler. He knows his old jungler maybe too well. He thinks no way. Bolted into the wall. He's stunned up for days. Dead at the heart of Yike's fist, and now Targamas looking for position. Dagda, as you said, that ulti is back up and available. And
he's feeling threatened enough to move off that bot lane turret.
Yep.
End up clearing out just the, or didn't actually clear out the Krugs on the bottom side. They just sat there because he didn't want to be visible, trying to spot out exactly what KC are up to. But it is a little difficult when Targamas on top side to make a play bot, but they do get that tower top.
Broken Blade needs a counter strike, but look at the damage coming through. Flash Carter just goes over the enemy jungler. Boomerang though doesn't connect. Broken Blade has a way back in. Now with his own counter strike, SkewMond makes the difference and gives the kill over to BB. The Dragon Canna finally getting a turret of his own. Make it a second one, actually. He's picked up top before. 1,500 gold. We're just going to come down to a fight, aren't we? As Caliste might be caught out. Maybe ignore that. The pick, the flash, and Caliste over a Blasco knocked up before he can escape. SkewMond. Again, this Xin Zhao is running the map. Star not up for another 20 seconds. Atakan seems so likely here. Teleport from Caps in. Yike is too far away.
And this feels like G2 saying, we are bouncing back from that winter finals. We are bouncing back from what has been a not great time, to be perfectly honest, at the start of spring. This has been a matchup that has kind of held that rivalry from them coming over from the last bit. The first time KC was actually able to pick up wins.
Yike followed over the wall, though. That blast cone taken before. It's no longer there. Depth charge. Yike has to go back in. He'll cease and desist. He cues over the wall. It's inventive, but it's so invasive as the next tower won't be taken. Broken Blade's going on a journey.
He's going to the tier 2. Top side.
In a turret. Innovation is key. And Broken Blade's actually just going to one-shot the turret. So, in Madrid, maybe Paris G2 is completely different as Targamas caught out, and again, I have to say, he's poked down. SkewMond is not scared to take the engage.
Walks halfway up mid lane, he's like, you're dead. Just, I'm going to kill you.
On a ward, he does it again. Vladi was on a ward. He's blue smoke down, and he's just going to be slowed down as well. A Crescent Guard to send out. SkewMond, audacious charge again, knock up there, but Yike can't do a thing. KC and getting picked off this game, it's becoming very iconic.
SkewMond off of it, it's been great. Gets the pick on Targamas, and as you said then, Vladi doesn't even realize.
He's doing it again, he's doing it again. We come back live and he's doing it again. Yike is found once more. SkewMond, 5-0-5, almost 100% Korean to carry. It better come through as Dagda, you might get your answer. He's going to go into Mega Gnar. Does he think he wins the 1v1?
Caliste is here though.
He is indeed. It's not going to be a true 1v1, is it? Mega Gnar into the wall. Caliste flies in and Broken Blade will flash in, but 2v1 just ain't fair. A counter strike through. Caliste gets jumped on, cleansed immediately. Broken Blade takes a 1-for-1 and a 2v1. Never mind the champion matchup, you call it skill. The top father has set this up so that G2 can fly with the rest of the map. Targamas on a hair's breadth will also sink instead of swimming, and KC must onlook as G2 make them their father again.
G2 pulled off the Baron though. They're looking to see if they can try and take the fight a little. Not going to be the case here against G2. 4,500 gold as we press the 28-minute mark. And
Oi, TP against the wall. Canna comes in. What a pick. As you said, they needed something. SkewMond pulls off the ulti, but he needs time from Cap. The engage good. SkewMond surviving for now, but they can't kill him. Canna goes into mini, and it hurts his chances. Caliste now coming back in. Fresh off the respawn. Broken Blade tanky enough. Frontlining. KC, though, just can't find the final kill. Caliste might guide back, but now that Hans is here, range is an issue, and KC bites it again.
KC wanted it so badly, but G2 refused to crumble against KC as the Baron will be their prize.
It's so close, but KC walking in. G2. This team continuously runs our region, and we're getting a full head-on grasp in game one as to why that is. KC over to the Dragon and takes Gnar bar as well, watching his flank. How he pulls this off. G2 as they threaten in. Dredgeline fails. Canna, Gnar. It's deep from Broken Blade. He's got a Sonya, so he can do that. Gnar only onto one. Canna finds a pick, and it's enough. But Caps is going to send himself in. No knockup gathered. KC, look, approach, flush away from SkewMond. Caliste has an angle. Shielded around does nothing. Vladi still with his own ult. Yike is going to pivot, jumps in, but the Sonya's good from Caps. Vault Breaker in. The reuse ulti. The send down was good. And a shutdown over to Vladi, Dagda. Your questions are getting answered.
They played it so patiently. Side of the map, G2 basically trying to push KC out of the hole that they've dug in around this Dragon.
SkewMond is he caught. Yike jumps in. A fight begins. Vault Breaker consists. Pop Blossom. It's everyone. Into the backline. Targamas found it, but Caps has to use the ult defensively. Meanwhile, a poke for poke, a hit for hit. G2 re-engaged. They're winning the fight with Caps, forcing double flash. Canna counter-strike as well as SkewMond. And Yike battling it out. New girlfriend versus old. I think the new one is way prettier as Caps will find the kill. Canna down in the sand, and along with Yike, KC have just been reprimanded.
Caliste got put in the ground in that fight. Labrov with the flash hook, the snipe from Hans Zhao, and G2 will find the win that they needed over KC.
One more Nexus Tower. Vladi can't do it himself. Golden is Broken Blade. The minion wave is far away, though. Vladi's going to burn the ulti, but a new one's coming in. G2 versus KC, our grand final rematch is going nothing like it did in winter. G2 are definitely back, and they've drawn their line in Paris as the crowd has gone quiet.
G2 came to play. What an exceptional game from multiple members on G2.
Yeah.
SkewMond, fantastic. Caps with the counter pick Galio, dictating how KC get to play fights. But also in that last fight, just a flash hook from Labrov was insane.
It really was. Stepping up big, G2 with a game one win, but it is our last match in Paris, and we're hoping more from KC as we go to a short break.